Okay, welcome back to Fliptendo. Hi, I'm your friend, Flipsider99. My real name in real life is Geraldo. And I am reviewing all of the NES and Famicom games. I'm playing and reviewing all of the NES and Famicom games in chronological order. Like all the games, all of them. Every single game for this 8-bit system that Nintendo has crafted. And as you can see, we're on game 848. Another Konami game. That's right. This is by Konami. Mouryou Senki Madara. It is. Now we finally have a game to talk about. Let's talk about it. Madara is a Japanese manga. Wait, is this the right Madara? Hold on. I might have pulled up the wrong. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is it. Yeah. Madara is a Japanese manga series. And by the way, it would be pronounced Madara, not Madara. Just in case you were wondering. Written by Eiji Otsuka and illustrated by Sho Tajima. Originally published in 1987 1994. Thank you, Skittles, for changing the title. Set in a mythological era in Japan, it tells the story of Madara, a good-hearted teenage boy who uses fantastic prosthetic limbs called gimmicks and a legendary sword to fight his own father, the evil overlord Miroku. Oh, he's got an evil father, so it's just basically like Grappler Baki. It's like a cross between Grappler Baki and Sekiro, the FromSoft game, because he's got prosthetic limbs. Or well, I mean, he has prosthetics in there, and it's like a samurai thing. The franchise has also spawned video games in a 2-part OVA. Now, YouTube is very strict about showing like footage from an anime, but let's just try to just show just like a little tiny bit and see if we can just kind of like skim through a little bit. Here's what it looks like, the anime. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. Yes, Skittles. Mouryou Senki Madara 2 is on Super Famicom. We can look at footage of that if you want. Otsuka's pretty crazed. NPD Psycho and Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service. Oh, I haven't heard of those. I think I'd only heard of this one because of the video game. That's an anime. This anime almost... I want to say it looks familiar, like I may have watched it. It isn't English. This is an English dub. This is actually an English dub.
Born stupid, or did you study?
Hey, what are you...
Look, it's got one of those classic 90s clever dubs where they punched up the dialogue. Here, listen to some of this dialogue.
Hi, I'm Madara.
I'm Madara. He does pronounce it correctly, I guess.
So, don't you want to say thank you to me?
Thank you?
I saved your life, remember?
Oh, right, I forgot.
Were you born stupid, or did you study?
Hey, what do you want?
Were you born stupid or you studied? Do you think that's a direct translation from the anime? I'm sure it is. Look at it. So here's what the anime looks like. Oh, look at this. Would this be 90s? I feel like this is a 90s anime, or is it like late? Oh, it's 1991. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it'd be a fun anime to watch.
You!
Won't follow. Nope. What?
I skimmed a little bit before the stream, and it seems okay.
Well, hi.
Well, hi! It's got Dark Lord. I don't know, maybe it has some action.
Protect Madara!
Yeah, so there's 2 of these OVAs. And then, there's a manga as well. Manga looks like this. And it has a Super Nintendo game as well. Now, the NES game, the Famicom game, although it is a Konami game, it looks, dude, I actually have this. I've had this song on my playlist for like a long time because I think they played it in, Legacy Music Hour. I think played it. This song from Mouryou Senki Madara too. So that's why I guess that's why I'd heard of the name of this game before, just because of this. This song is awesome. It's a good one. Let's look at the game. If you try to look up footage of the Famicom game, unfortunately, like the first result is that one long play guy who puts the disgusting filter at like max level over his shit and just makes it look unwatchable. Here's the second game though. Skills has heard of this? Now the first game has got little super deformed characters. Little super deformed anime characters. It looks very Famicom RPG. Honestly, I don't think it looks that good for a Konami game. The second game looks interesting, though. It's got the more realistic proportioned characters. So it's done in like a totally different style. I don't know if this game has a translation. I'm going to assume not. It's Super Nintendo music, though. It kind of looks cool. I would play this game. The music's good. The music in this game is good. Super Nintendo's got so much good music. You know, like I love 16-bit soundtracks. How do you guys feel about 16-bit soundtracks? I love just like all of them are good. Putting the TurboGrafx aside because it's like fake 16-bit. Super Nintendo and Genesis are both really awesome, but they're so different from each other. They're so distinct. You know, Super Nintendo with its sample base, and then Genesis with its like very synth, very heavy synth. Well, I mean, actually, Genesis is based on like PC-98 hardware, so like they're really the best Genesis soundtracks sound like PC-98 games. PC-88 and PC-98 have amazing music, but you know, in America, Genesis is a bit more known for its like American Genesis music, which is like really heavy. People like when they're talking negative about it, they'll say farty, you know, like burr, 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 burr. It can sound really. I still like that, but it's like the music from Chakan, although that's Japanese developed. But it's such an intense sound, so synthy, like it's abrasive. Super Nintendo, on the other hand. There's so many good Super Nintendo soundtracks, but Super Nintendo music can be bad as well because it's sample-based. It all just depends on the quality of the samples and how well they're used. So there's some really bad use of samples and like. Oh, and we have a Streamaboo ad that just popped up in the chat. Still, though, there's a lot of really good. I'm thinking that probably with the bad sample, like the bad Super Nintendo soundtracks with like terrible use of samples, Bubsy games come to mind. Again, it's probably more American and European developed that sort of give it its bad reputation. There's like the Japanese developed stuff. There's like a sort of like this. There's sort of like a similar style to a lot of it. This just sounds really nice. But like this, the way this sounds like so many Super Famicom. I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, this game looks cool. This is not what we're going to be playing. This is the sequel. But it looks cool, right? Alright. Now, let's check out the game that we're supposed to be playing. Based on the Madara manga. Which does have a translation. We could play through this. But I just played through an action RPG that took like 10 hours, and this game looks like it'd be at least 20. I don't know if I want to play through this. I gotta be honest, and you know, I've been trying to play as many Konami games as I could. There's a couple that we didn't do. I certainly haven't finished all their sports games. But this is an RPG. A Konami RPG for Famicom sounds good. But I just don't know if I wanted this one. I don't know. You'll see. Let's take a look at the game. And when you see it, I think you'll see why maybe I'm kind of conflicted. Music's pretty good, though. The music is, as you'd expect, pretty great. One fierce night, dismembered baby. Wait. Hold on. So hold on a second. Wait. Let's read that again. Dismembered baby. Is that what it? Is that an error in the text? Because that doesn't make sense. Oh, is that, dude? Is dismembered baby? That's quite a start. That's quite a start. Is it a dismembered baby? Let's read that again. One fierce night. ... A dismembered baby drifted in from far away. Mount Shumi dismembered? Tatara the Elder managed to save it. I don't think it was dismembered. Okay, he built gadgets to replace its limbs. Oh, it was dismembered! And named it Madara. He nursed the boy with Kirin. That's how he got its limbs. Nursed the boy with Kirin. By then, most of the world. Oh, Kirin was the girl from the anime. Fallen to Moki, controlled by Emperor Miroku. Emperor Miroku built his kingdom of Congo on the ruins of nations. I'm assuming this is all from the manga. Now, the Moki have extended their reach, even to this remote Hijiran town. This intro music is really good, too. It's sick. It's awesome. On Madara's 15th birthday. Okay, this is what the game looks like. So there's Kirin. She's from the anime. We just saw her. That's Kirin. So it was dismembered baby, because dismembered means just like cutting apart. Like, yeah, I guess that so like, how is it in the anime and manga? Like, does he not have any of are all of his limbs prosthetics? I guess so. I don't know. You can't really tell by looking at his sprite here. Oh yeah, that's true, Redman. I think he missed out, for sure, Skittles. Madara, come on, Tatara's not looking good. He passed out a while ago, and he's been having nightmares ever since. Oh no. This is what the game looks like. I don't know about these sprites. I know this is a Konami game, but I don't know about... if it wasn't for the music, and the fact that I know it's Konami, like, I would think that this looks like some cheap knockoff company's RPG. Like, I would think this is like a Tosei game or something. Like, the mustache... that's a good sprite for that mustachioed guy. This is not good. Only White Soma'd be able to heal his wound fast enough. But it was Amoki who shot that poison arrow. They're everywhere. Even if we took him all the way to Garden Point, the Moki... ... You're right. They might even be too much for Shamon. And he's our village's greatest warrior. This reminded me of the movie Willow, which I just watched recently with my wife. So good. Such a good movie. Even Bunkar, our strongest warrior, couldn't defeat. Come on, Madara. Let's go meet with Shamon. Then we can go to Garden Point and get some White Soma. If we don't hurry, Tatara might. No, I won't let that happen. Alright, I guess these are all characters from the manga, I don't know. Alright, so let's talk to them. Okay, so... A button is... Dude, do I have the right buttons? I don't even... The last two games I barely played them, so I don't even know if my buttons are correct. Let me just double check. What do we think about this game so far? Skittles, what do you... Vocab? Iwabun? Legionary Shark? Anybody? What do you guys think? What do you think about this? Look at this game. I don't know. 8 out of 10. That's pretty high. Madara spells. Oh, here we got some anime graphics here. Check the ground. So B button is to check. A button is your menu. And we have spell. Doesn't know any. Here, neither of us know any spells. Items, we have belt and item. Whose item? Knife and armor. Not loving the menu so far. Statistics, I guess, you know. Level 1, male fighter. 200, hit points, 150 MP. And you got a slot for weapon. Mine is knife. Shield, helmet, armor, and EXP. Your starting armor is just called armor. Sure. Female shaman. Knife. The armor is the Maiko cloth. Alright, and if I click on party, it says that. It just shows you all their... It just readouts all their HP and MP. They could have had that information, like, on this screen, so you wouldn't have to go that deep into the menu to just look at it. Or even just, like, while you're walking around, like in Dragon Quest, but I guess they want to do it that way. Tactics. Formation, tactics, speed. I don't know about any of that. Let's just ignore that for now. Oh, I remember... I watched a little bit of this game. The battle system is like... It kind of looks a little bit similar to, I want to say, you know, that game that we really liked in Fliptendo. What's it called again? Oh, what was that game called again? The one that Skittles liked. The RPG, the action RPG. It's got the weird... Yeah, Minibalton! The battle system looks a little bit like Minibalton, with your character just kind of just walking around a square, and I don't know if there's AI. Which that probably there is. That would explain why there's formation. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Alter whose position? Or I don't know. I mean, maybe it's more like Wizardry 3. And their plans are to fight, stop, defend, flee. Fight, stop, defend, flee. Speed. Can we just make them both? Oh, that's probably the speed of the battle. Oh, maybe we want to keep it on 4, actually. Alright. So how do I talk? Oh, you just press B, okay. Alright, well, whatever, let's just go. Let's play the game, let's see what's going on. Why would the monkey be going after Tatara anyway? I don't know. Should we explore this stupid town, or should we just go? I want to just go. We know where we're going, to the... Get the White Soma. Magic Barrier. Oh, okay. The map music is really good. It sounds like Castlevania music. Damn. Listen to the map music. Oh, shoot. Okay, our first battle, Kujin. Is it a Dragon Quest battle? No, it tricks you. You think it's going to be Dragon Quest. Is this automated? It's an automated battle system. Wait, can I do anything? The battle music is really good as well. This sounds like Castlevania 3 music. Man. The game... I don't know, I feel like the game doesn't look very appealing or good. But the soundtrack is so good, though. Oh, I'm so conflicted about whether to play this or not. Fight, I guess. They're already fighting anyway. So I can only select fight. I can't select, like, a target. I think. So, as far as I can tell, doing that is only to change their tactics. It looks like the battles are automated. Like, fully automated. I can't select a target or control them or anything. So that's interesting. And we're getting wrecked in the first battle. Oh, dude, I killed a meatball. Looks like we're gonna die? Maybe I should have Kieran run away. Just like run.
Well, not really working out too good. She's gonna get. She has no place to run to. Oh, now she can. There we go. She's not running away. She's like running sideways. Oh, okay, there she goes. She died. Oh, no, no. Oh, she ran off the screen. I see. Well, that didn't go well. Let's go back and sleep at an inn. Wait, let's just listen to the map music a little bit more. Dude, listen to the map music. It's so good. Dude, the music's so good! This is Niso Forest of the Free Fusion Nations. Why does the game look so unappealing though? Like, why is the art kind of bad in this game? Well, I like the pictures in the shops here. An inn. Yeah, we need that. We can find an ally? Oh, we were supposed to find that warrior dude. Right, I forgot. I can't take money from you. Oh, that's good, because I need to sleep. Alright. That's right, I forgot. We were supposed to find that warrior. Okay, let's go find him. Oh, look at the armor shop graphics. So we both have knives. Should I buy a stone axe? Okay, remember that that's there. Captain Fletch, what's up? Sprites are great egg-headed. True. So we need to... Our quest is to find white Soma, but we can buy Soma of all the other colors. What does that do? Kabbalah scroll. That's interesting. We can buy wine. Wine is the most expensive thing. What's all that for? Dude, Captain Fletch, how are you doing today? Garden Point, isn't that the Eastern Marsh? One of the Moki officers, Bosho Lobu, is there. So it's to the east, I see. What's this? We need a key for this gate? Probably not supposed to go there. Hey, about that rain tree in Tatara's room. Is it really true that it has a mysterious power? I don't know. Let's go look. Wait, where did I start from again? I want to check the ground. I want to check the door. I think I started from here. Rain tree. This one? Oh, dude, it's just like Persona 1. This tree saves your game. Oh, no. Ugh, Madara. Ooh. beds? Oh, you can't go this way. What's that little hut? I guess you have to open that gate to get over there. Don't know what that is. Okay. I guess we're supposed to be looking for that warrior dude. Because, we probably need him to survive out in the wilderness. We haven't checked all these huts yet. Let's see. Can't go in this building. It's like locked or something. Shamon. That was his name. Shamon. Probably it's Shaman, but I'd rather say Shamon. What's up? I was just about to head out, you know? Oh, you're going to Garden Point? What do you mean Tatara might die? If that's the case, let me go with you. Shamon joined up. Guys, we got Shamon. How about this random kid? Can we bring them? The party member? You can use them as a meat shield. Should I buy equipment as well? Wait. Let me see what Shamon has in his inventory. Belt. So item is like your inventory of, you know, consumable items, and then belt is the word for equipment here. He's got a sword and armor. I love these generic names. By the buttons. Oh yeah, this is just like an item shop. I don't want to buy any of that stuff. I don't know what it does. Let's try to buy something, I guess. So the armor actually costs, I think, my two dude characters started with armor, but the main dude started with a knife. Can I buy him a stone axe? I could also get him a shield. Maybe I should buy a bow for the girl so that she can attack ranged. Could she use it? Let's try to buy a bow. You're in? 194. Oh, I get a discount. Okay, let's see. Or did I auto sell her knife? No. Okay. She can equip the bow. Feels like ranged would be good in this game. So now I guess we'll sell the knife that she had. Oh, can I sell? There's no option to sell. Now I can't get the stone axe. I kind of want it though. Or maybe I should just get like a shield for some of these dudes. Helmet. Nobody has a helmet. We're getting discounts. I don't know who can equip what. But Madara can equip a shield. None of them started... Inventory is... It's really confusing my brain. None of them started with a helmet or shield. So I could just buy helmets and shield for them. Shop music is so good as well. I wonder if the girl can equip all this stuff. She can equip the helmet and shield as well. Let's see. Alright. Now, do we want to grind a bit and buy more stuff? We're supposed to go to the east, it seems? Mugra. Dude, why does it give you a Dragon Quest battle screen, but then it's like this? She's not using her bow. Dude, what the? Was she trying to run away? Is she still have the... She still has the run away command in her. I need to make her fight again. Oh, now she's shooting her bow. Assuming like unlimited arrows. Okay. We can... These trees are not a wall. We can walk into them and fight meatball enemies. And it just started to turn to night. There's a day-to-night cycle as well. Seems kind of advanced. It seems pretty fun. Should I... Skittle, should I play through this game? Is she shooting... Okay, she's shooting through Madara. She's not... So, there's no friendly fire. I should? That seemed pretty cool, dude. Maybe I should play through this. Look, you can walk... I think we're supposed to go to the east, but... I wonder if it'll let me cross the bridge now. Yeah, that bow definitely seems good for her to have. Or at least one character to have. Shimon has by far the most hit points. Probably the strongest. He also starts with the sword. I could turn the speed of the battle system up. Wait. Can I do that? No, I can't do that in battle. Let's turn the battle speed up to max. You might not want to walk around with that way all the time, but I bet it'd be pretty fun if we did that. Still a magic barrier here. It's funny that you could just walk into the trees. You would think there's supposed to be a barrier there. Good night. That's right. Okay, good night. Say good night to the parental units. So, I believe we're supposed to go east. Maybe I shouldn't go too far from the town. I should grind a bit and get the best stuff first. We're getting like 18, 20 money each. But it's going to take a while to grind up enough to buy the best stuff from that town. Just letting me walk through all the trees. How far do I have to walk to where we're gonna all of a sudden meet enemies that are gonna crush us? I like battle systems that are automated like this. Like Drakon on Super Nintendo. It's fun. It's fun to just sit back and just not do anything. Let your party, just watch your party battle. This is the kind of simulation game where you manage a team that I prefer. Other than the what? Is it winter? What the heck? Why is everything white? Dude, is the whole... It was yellow before. Did a whole season pass? Is it... What? Dude, is it winter? This is interesting. back and heal the town. Kieran is for some reason not using her bow anymore. Did she run out of arrows, or like what happened? Or just run. Man, she's not good at running away. She's about to die. What happened with that? Why did she stop using her bow? Hello, is it winter now? It looks like summer in the village still. Free healing at the inn is good. I wonder if we can buy armor and give it to like all the characters, including the girl. What's she using? She's wearing a Himiko gown? Maiko cloth. Can she equip armor? You can't sell things, it seems. Oh, you can sell them at the general store. Gotta get rid of our junk. 52 for the knife. More than I expected. So he started with armor, but he's got a shit weapon. She starts with a Maiko cloth. Man, I wonder if she could equip armor. If I bought it for her. I could just try giving the other dude's armor to her. Okay, let's just try to change her tactics back to fight, and then see if she'll use the bow properly. She's not using the bow anymore. Oh, now she... Okay, you gotta be within a certain range. The range is actually not that far. I see now. What's that? This is orange thing. Go see what that is. Uh-oh, they're probably trouble now. Madara leveled up. Level 2, strength is up 1, wisdom's up 1, speed is up 1, charm is up 2. HP up 85, that's a big boost. MP up 20, okay. Does his health get refilled? No, it doesn't. You better just go back, I guess. I want to see what this is, though. What the heck is this? This glowing orange thing is, it's a forest with enemies, I see. And we got like one of these eyeball dudes from Zelda. Gotta shoot arrows into his eye. Madara's Madara died. Kirin died. Oh, this is really strong. Annihilated. Oh my, how awful. Spirits, I beg you to rescue Madara. Did that reload our save? Or do we still... is he still level 2? He's still level 2. It didn't reload the save. Rather, probably I got revived with like a money penalty like Dragon Quest. If I could figure out where my money is to tell. I don't know where the money is in here. But I still need to revive them. How do I revive these corpses? Nice tombstones. Sleeping in an inn does not revive tombstones. Oh boy, how am I... Dude, what do I do now? Do I need a Kabbalah scroll? It's probably one of those items. There didn't seem to be a church or anything. It's probably one of these items. Since, you know, I don't have a manual for the game. Doesn't have a strategy with me. It has game facts guides. Oh, there's a lot of locations. There's a pyramid, there's a... Let me see the items in here. Use the Goriki and Yoriki spell at all times. Use the Jokaku spell as received. If you die, it will not be game over, nor will you lose any coins. You simply return to the last place you saved. Note that after you revive your fallen members, they will not be immediately available to go back in your party. You will have to select others to fill their spots. Once a season goes by, you should be able to find them in a village. Note that you may have to use the Rain Tree's Foretell option to find them. Here is the very frustrating part though. Once you do recruit them back, they will not have the same equipment that you left them with. They will have inferior equipment, nor have any of the items they held previously. Imagine having a character die while holding 4 white somas. This aspect of the game does lead to good replay value as you'll experience many different characters. It will have a negative impact on your wallet as you may have to keep purchasing weapons and armor over and over again, not to mention the risk of losing a unique weapon or armor that cannot be purchased. Try your hardest to not have to revive Madara at a healer unless it's early in the game. Use a white soma so he won't lose his item equipment. Near the end game, when Madara gets his best sword, if he's revived at a healer, it will be lost forever. a healer. So you need to revive at a healer. You need to revive it. Is there even a healer in this town? Is there even a healer here? Because I didn't find one. Where's the healer? Maybe I should just reload my save. That sounds like even once I don't know where the healer is in this town. Maybe there isn't even a healer here. So maybe I can't? White Soma sounds like it could be a revival item, but you can't get that yet? I think we might just need to reset. Is this guy a healer? I think we have to reset and load the game or start the game over. You can't allow your characters to die in this game. Perhaps. Look, did it autosave? Wait. Resume. Oh, okay. If I click on file 2, it automatically starts a new game. File 1 is still there. It's just like it doesn't. There's no indicator that it's there. Strangely, from the menu, just blank. But we can resume. All right. Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't auto. At least it doesn't auto save when you die. Well, we're probably better off just reloading the save. I didn't know the death mechanic was going to be that brutal. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something, but it seems like there's no healer in this first town. So if a party member dies, you should just reset your game. It seems like. Well, maybe this time I'll try buying this stone axe for Madara. And I'll buy the weapons afterwards. Okay, we're gonna grind till we have the best stuff. That's for sure. I didn't read too much of the guide, but just I skimmed it a little bit. And the guide makes it sound like the game is in fact hard. We're probably going to want to just stay by the town and just grind for a little while. And seasons do indeed pass. Entire seasons. I wonder if there's like a time mechanic. Oh, dude, is she still programmed to run away? Does that mean she's not going to get experience? Maybe I should skim the walk a little bit for the purposes of understanding the game and expediting things. Man, music is so good though. So if I click on tactics and I click on her, it goes back to... Oh yeah, okay, I see. I want to make sure that she put her back on fight. The game starts with a rather gruesome narrative of how Madara was found as a dismembered baby, floating down a river from Mount Shuma. Town elders saved him and created new limbs out of gadgets, which is not really indicated by this game's graphics at all. Man, this game is really cool in some ways. But... the game is really cool in some ways, but... she's She's already down to 60 points. But then, like, in other ways, like the menus seem just kind of. The menus don't seem very good. The menu seems kind of like weird to negotiate, and the graphics are just. Man, like I don't get it, dude. The graphics it just doesn't. I mean, these little portraits in the shops are cool. Man, the sprites are so weird. They're so weird. On the other hand, the fact that like everything is automated, I should really change the formation. Here in a second, is she gonna use the bow? Why is she like getting right up to him? Oh, she's still set to flee, but she's fleeing like into the enemy. What the hell, dude? Her ability to flee sucks. We need to change the formation. Let's see here. Let's just kind of do it like this. Actually, it would be best to like have him more in front, if possible. Maybe like him there, and put like him here. Put her kind of like. Huh? You can't really. I only have very limited space to actually position them here. Maybe something like this? Uh-oh, she's going right up to a worm. That's not good. It's not good. You better just have her defend. How about that? Is defense any good? Oh, she's also running away as well. Maybe defense is the way to go. Man, this formation didn't work out. She ended up being like right in front of the enemy, and the formation kind of puts them in the middle, so if enemies appear below them, then like she's the most vulnerable. But you can't place party members like both above and below her, it seems. Guess they better just save often. Definitely save again. I want to see what it suggests. You might want to say focus on getting defensive gear or Stone Axe for Madara. So the guy's kind of wibbly wobbly on which stuff I should be buying here. It's not it's not like there's a specific thing I really need to make sure I buy first. Probably I want to buy all the gear I can use and like fully outfit them as much as possible, I'm sure. Note that when you buy things, the list price may not be the actual price. You may get a slight difference from the above or below the price. Okay. Whatever. So with defense, she just kind of stands there. That's okay. I mean, is she taking less damage? I don't know. Guess it works out. The AI system is no Gambit system. It, you know, the whole formation and AI system seems to like leave a little bit to desired. Travel south then to the east and find Garden Point. I wonder, was Garden Point that orange spot on the map where everybody got wiped out immediately? Is that Garden Point? The game has a season system. Seasons change. Even if you stay still, seasons will still change. Time will pass. This battle system is quite unique. It reminds me of Minivoltan Saga, but it's not exactly like that. I mean, it's somewhat like that because you also had AI-controlled mercenaries that would go attack for you, and then you could. But I think that like you could control. I think then once you send in your like main party, I don't remember exactly. I seem to recall that you could control the main character, and then maybe the other characters were AI controlled. That's so weird. The guide says, don't worry about dying, there's no punishment. But I died, and my characters couldn't... I didn't know how to revive my characters. It was like a big punishment. And the guide also said there's a unique death system where you can't get your characters back right away and they lose all their equipment. So, like... That seems like a punishment. Like, what is the... Is this guide schizophrenic? The hell? This game can be very hard, but there's no punishment for dying. You just said it was... You lose all your equipment when you die, and you have to, like, wait a season to get your characters back, and all this stuff. Like, what? I better buy some armor for the girl, at least. And the helmet in the shield didn't seem to make that much of a difference. They were all fully outfitted with the helmet and the shield, and two of them had armor, which is like the best stuff we can get here. And they still got like annihilated really quick from the enemies in that place, which I think was the area we were going to. So clearly we need to grind more before going there. Unless I'm doing something like majorly wrong. Doesn't seem like it could be the case, though. Increase the battle speed. Commands issued stay until you change them back. If you happen to die in battle, you can get revived by speaking to Tatara in his bed. The doctor will scold you, though. Oh, you can get revived by speaking to Tatara in his bed. I wouldn't have thought that. Ah, so maybe there's no penalty for dying early on if you just know that trick. I mean, maybe it says that in the game's manual, I don't think I would have been able to figure that out without this guy telling me that. It didn't seem like there was any way to revive the characters. Once again, like, it seems to be like I am looking at a guide here with I don't know, I want to say like kind of half-baked, where it's really not giving the information that you would want. I mean, here, let me look at another guide. There's two of them, but this one says it's incomplete. See, this incomplete guide seems more effusive with its directions. It's actually giving advice about what to do. It's not just like, okay, go to here and do this. Well, it's giving less information about the village and like what different things do. But it's saying the information that I wanted to know. For now, it's giving a recommendation of what to buy at the shop. And a shield for Kirin. Later trips back should involve picking up a bow and equipping everybody with a shield, armor, and helmet. Like, that's a little bit more Hi, honey! Oh, hey, what's wrong? Are you tired? Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, Colic. How are you? And are you still waking up? Colic, are you still waking up? Are you still waking up, honey? Did you sleep okay? Yeah, you kept waking up. Yeah, you kept... I was, you know, he was eating dinner, and then I was watching a movie with my dad. We watched Casablanca. Do you know that movie? It's an old movie with Humphrey Bogart. It's considered to be a classic movie. Don't have any breakfast yet? Oh, you ate earlier? Was that like before you went back to sleep? Sorry you're so tired today. Well, I'm just doing a little bit of streaming. I watched a movie with my dad, and now I'm just doing a little bit of streaming. I got a bunch of comic pages done earlier today. Trying to be productive.
Today is August 5. See you in 9 days.
That's right, see you in 9 days. Forward to it. Say hi to everybody on the stream.
Hi, everybody on stream.
They're not being very talkative today, honey. I think they all fell asleep because, like, the game I'm playing is boring or something. I think they all fell asleep. Could you tell them to wake up? Wakey wake. That's perfect, honey. Thank you. That ought to do the trick. You want to stay on the phone? While I play my... You want to stay on the phone? Are you going to eat a second breakfast? Alright, well just take it easy then. You're welcome. I try. I love you too. Aw. You're so supportive. Oh, always do. Okay. This RPG is hard. You start with 500 gold, which isn't much since the shop sells armor at 400. You'll be doing the first quest with 3 characters. A nice touch is you get a discount at the shop. Somehow based on charisma stat, probably. What the hell? Dude, what is with the guides these people write? Here's what it says verbatim. I'm gonna read it verbatim. You start with 500 gold, which isn't much, since the shop sells armor at 400 gold, and you'll be doing the first quest with 3 characters. A nice touch is that you get a discount at the shop, comma, and then in brackets, somehow based on charisma stat, probably. I need to verify that. I made up the other reason to make the game sound more human. That's in brackets. Since it's your hometown and everybody likes you for the same reason, sleeping at the inn, which restores health, is free here. I made up the other... What's he even talking about? I made up the other reason to make the game sound more human. Oh, dude, she leveled up. She has 200 hit points now. That is a lot better. Needed that. Are they all level 2? I wish it would say their level on the screen. Oh, whatever. Still, this is more information than the other guide was giving. I need to have, like, both of these open? It's like they're both incomplete guides. And then, other than that, there is a world map. There's a bunch of maps. That's always nice. But I don't really look at maps. Probably. Hints and tips. There's some interesting stuff here in hints and tips on the so-called complete guide. So the complete guide gives like a detailed rundown of like the story here. Tells what your goal is. It's vague about what to do with your money. It's just like, it tells you what to do for the quest. You talk to Shimon. It just says there's many expensive weapons. You might want to focus on getting some defensive gear or a stone axe for Madara. Once you're ready, exit the village. Note that you can't go up north. There's a barrier. Seasons talks about the seasons changing. Issuing commands in battle. It says, experience a few battles to get the hang of the system, and don't be afraid to return to town to rest for free at the inn. This game can be very hard. Both the guides talk about the game being very hard, right at the beginning. So, you know, that's a good sign. But there is no punishment in dying. Now that contradicts what it said earlier, when it said you could lose equipment permanently and you really don't want to die. But I guess early on in the game, is Madara going to be okay? I hope so. I'm actually upset. No, I guess dying right now is penalty free. But the guide said that if you die, you can't just revive your characters. Reviving them makes them go away somewhere, and you have to wait a season to get them back. Then you have to find them in the town. Then they won't have the same equipment. They'll have like inferior equipment. So if you had like good or rare gear on them, it's either gone or you have to rebuy it. So basically, to summarize, if your characters die, not only do you have to pay to revive them, but you have to wait to get them back in your party, and you basically lose your equipment, and if there's any rare gear, you lose it forever. And the guide even specifically mentions that the best sword in the game, which is unique, can be lost by just simply having Madara die. So, even though, aside from that, there's no death penalty, you obviously want to be saving your game and reloading anytime you die. You can just reload as well. You can save at this tree. Saving at the tree reminds me of Persona 1, so I like that. It's a nice touch. It's not abnormal for Konami games to be hard. It's par for the course. And I'm not at all complaining. I'm not complaining, and of course, you know, if the game had just made you reload from a save anyway, after dying, it would have been fine. That would have been fine anyway. I mean, that's totally fine. That's what saves are for, and a lot of RPGs are like that anyway. There's nothing wrong with that, but Final Fantasy 1 is like that. You just reload from the save. So it's interesting, you know. I mean, it's an interesting death mechanic, but I think the obvious problem with that death mechanic, there's an obvious problem with it, and that is that because it's so weird and so problematic to your progress and potentially extremely, you know, harsh, you're obviously just gonna reload the save. You're gonna save often to reload the save. Like, that's it. Which then, and then, you know, in essence, that makes that death penalty meaningless. You're just gonna reload the save anyway, so they may as well just made it normal, right? But it's cool. That's interesting. It is interesting for sure. But I mean, like, you know, just because of it's, you know, obviously you would need to play the game, and also, like, in this first town, the guide says there's no penalty for dying. You can just, but, like, the way to revive your characters is, like, non-obvious. Possibly the manual, the Japanese manual for the game just tells you, but you have to talk to a specific person, and it's not obvious at all who that is. So without the guide to tell me, I would not have known. Mr. Leo, what's up? We're playing another interesting RPG. And to be honest, after playing that last one, I didn't want to play through this one. But it's a Konami game, and it's got a really good soundtrack. It's really weird, Mr. Leo. It's interesting. It's based on an anime. For Konami, there's seasons. This is not a day-to-night cycle. This is a season cycle. Apparently, it's hard. For a Konami game, it's got surprisingly weird and kind of bad graphics, but the soundtrack is amazing. It's awesome. The battles are fully automated. Looks like Minimalton Saga, but fully automated, like fully AI. You don't control any characters, which I don't mind at all. Listen to the damn dude. The music sounds like Castlevania 3. You get to engage with the game at its level instead of save spamming. No, you always... I can't really agree with that. The thing with save spamming or save scumming is that you always do it to the extent the game lets you. The game shouldn't... I mean, you know, like, you can only save in town. But it's fine. Like, spamming the saves, like, is fine. If you want to grind... Most RPGs, you do, in effect, the same thing I'm doing now. Like, I should say most 8-bit RPGs, you're going to start out by grinding outside the town, right? Mr. Leo, how are you doing? So I'm kind of trying to talk about the game on the Drag Quest scale. Not very at all. The battle system's totally different. The closest thing that the battle system reminds me of is Minimalton Saga, but Minimalton Saga, you could control a party member, like you could control the main guy. Although you remember you had those mercenaries and they were totally AI controlled. So the closest thing would be Minimalton Saga. But it's kind of unique, the battle system. I can't really say if it's good yet. The AI does not seem very good at all. It seems hard to control. It seems kind of, you know, a little bit nitpicky. Mr. Leo, I hope you're doing good. Yeah, dude, the music sounds like Castlevania 3, man. I mean, this is a Konami game. But very weird graphics for a Konami game. So anyway, as I was saying, you should, like, as far as, like, save scumming goes, I think that games shouldn't let you save scum in a way that's abusive, but if the game lets you, you should just do it, because in effect, save scumming is engaging with the game's mechanics. Like, that is the game's mechanics. Not saving is not engaging with the game's mechanics. That's like trying to pretend like the mechanics aren't there, or role-playing. It's kind of like playing a horror game that's not scary, aka Amnesia, and like role-playing that the game is scary. Like, if the game allows you to save scum anywhere you want, which it shouldn't do. RPGs should just not let you do that, period. It's bad design. But if they do, then you should obviously just take advantage of it, because, like, the save system is a part of the power of the player. It's your power. The ability to save and reload the game is one of your tools, you know? And like, using that system is engaging with the system. Like, avoiding save scumming that's like role-playing. That's pretending like the game is hard. And you know what? That could be fun as well, as long if you can find a way to, like, for example, Shin Megami Tensei 4. I hated that the game lets you just save anywhere. Like, that seemed really inappropriate, and it doesn't really align with previous SMT games. So for Shin Megami Tensei 4 in particular, I decided that I should only save at terminals, which is similar to past Shin Megami Tensei games, and I thought the game was really fun that way. And it just so happened there was a way to, like, because the game still had terminals, it's kind of really weird, Shin Megami Tensei 4, because they still have terminals in the game, and they're laid out throughout the game almost as if they're meant to be save points. But it's as if at the last second the game decided, oh well, it's a portable game, people might complain, we better just let you save anywhere. I feel like it's at some point they want it. I think the terminals still function as like warp points, but like still, it feels like the game should have been designed with those being save points. I think letting the player just save scum anywhere is I don't like it for like this kind of game, because it takes all tension out of exploration. You know, it removes all tension. But if the game does let me do it, you know, it's fortunate. Like with Shin Megami Tensei 4, there was a thing to latch onto where I could like be like, you know, okay, it might be fun if we make the terminals save points. But what if there wasn't terminals in the game? You know, you'd have to like sort of figure out some rules. But the problem with that is, you don't know how the game is going to be. So it just so happened that it worked out with Shin Megami Tensei 4, that it was fun to play that way, although there were times when like save points were few and far between. But like the whole thing of just like, there's like a common refrain people will say when they talk about like save systems, where it's like, okay, if a game has a save system that's like obviously overly abusive for the player, like let's say like it lets you save in dungeons at any point and then save scum whenever you want inside dungeons, which it shouldn't do. But people who want to defend that will say, oh well, if you don't like it, just don't save. But that doesn't make any sense. How do you know, without save points, how do you know where to save? The developer is supposed to be the one determining like where are checkpoints, save points. That's a part of the game's design. So not having that means that that aspect of the design is gone. So you can't do it yourself, because you don't know how the game is. You don't know how the game is laid out. So while I agree that self-imposed challenges and experiences can be fun, that's just poor design. And you can't, that's an aspect of the game that you really can't ask the player to just do themselves. As far as I'm concerned, that is just simply bad design. And if a game is like that, where it's just save scumming, I believe the best way in most cases is just to save scum. Don't bother trying to like, you know, like make a diagram of the game and try to figure out, okay, where should I be saving? Like in towns, outside of dungeons, like, and then like you try to make some rules, and then like the game is, you know, then like there's like later on there's like no towns or something. There's a long stretch without towns. You know, it's not gonna, you know, not having knowledge of how the game is, you're never gonna be able to like just come up with like a system that's going to be fun and balanced. You know what I mean? I mean, you would find out if you play the game, but often it's going to be too late, right? And like, okay, like let's say you say something like, okay, all right, you set a rule for yourself. I'm only going to save in towns, and then later on, there's like a stretch of the game where there's like no towns. And then what? You're going to change your rules? Like, oh, okay, oh shit, I didn't know it was going to... okay, well, for this part of the game, you can save, like, if there's like, you can save it like these designated bridges. It's not satisfying because either A, you're going to inevitably have to change your rules because you didn't have perfect knowledge of the game, or B, you know, or you stick to your rules and the game is not balanced, right? And the chances of that happening, and not all games have town, like, you know, the chances of that happening, like, you see what I'm saying? You can't, how are you going to do that? Playtime interval. But, like, you can't, playtime intervals doesn't make sense either. Because then, like, and then, like, if there's, like, a dangerous spot, and you know it's dangerous, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be like, oh shit, I guess I'll just decide to wander around and grind for these next 20, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna, you know that, like, that just doesn't make sense either. I don't think that works. Exactly, it's an imperfect system. And why is it imperfect? Because the developer forgot, they left that aspect of the game undesigned. It's an unfinished game. The save system is an essential part of the game's design. Just having like a save anywhere system, or like save scumming as the save system, is leaving that aspect of the game undesigned. It's just bad design. So you can try to come up with some kind of rules or something, but honestly, it depends on the game, and I might do that as well. But often, if the game is unfinished in that way, then, you know, I mean, sometimes there's a reason for it as well. Sometimes the game is like that because it's like overly hard, or like there'll be an aspect that's kind of fucked up. So just go with it. You may as well just go with it in most cases. And you may as well just save scum. If the developers want you to save scum, by the way, like a lot of computer games, like a lot of computer RPGs and computer games which have save scumming are designed around save scumming. A lot of computer games, like older computer games especially, are overly difficult. Precisely because they know you're gonna save scum. So they make all the level design like really crazy hard, and sometimes absurdly so, you know what I mean? Exactly. If you want to think about it in terms of like Dungeon Master, like as if it's a Dungeon Master thing. I should save. Wait. I'll save before buying stuff. I want to see if the girl can equip the armor. It's kind of like having a Dungeon Master like forget to like design an aspect of the game or something. So it's just like, you know, I don't know. I mean, that used to be a thing that people would like really strongly defend. It used to be like, especially with computer gamers, being able to save anywhere was like this big thing that people were attached to, and they would have all these sort of defense mechanisms around it. But I feel like, and I want to credit it to Dark Souls, as so many things I want to. I think it's fair though. I think that's changing though. With computer games, it's starting to change. People started to realize that it's kind of leaving an aspect of the game undesigned, and it's better not to have save scumming, because and for a whole lot of reasons. But like I don't know, modern computer games are often not that way. Like they're often like, I think checkpoint systems are much more common. And the checkpoints are just basically save points where it's just automatic saves. It's pretty similar. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, it's a little bit different. But anyway, but the point I was trying to make, I still think that if the game lets you save scum, often the best thing to do is just to save scum, because the game could be balanced around that. You don't know, and you know, I mean, unless you really can rigidly stick to like some kind of system,
You're probably not going to. You're probably going to cave in. It's going to ultimately be unsatisfying, so just save scum. You may as well. Like, it's kind of your job. It's, like, and honestly, like, it's more satisfying to play a game not intentionally, like, leaving a tool in the kit. You always want to use every tool available at your disposal to play a game. Because, like, that's how games should work. Any tool the developer gives you, the essential design, the implication is that tool is for you to use, and that includes the save system. You're supposed to use the game as a challenge by the developer, and the idea is supposed to be that you then make use of any tool at your disposal to win the game. You know, it's kind of how games are supposed to work, you know? And it just makes more sense that way. Yeah, quick saves are auto-delete when you load them. There are some games that have, like, the Persona 1 has that in its Snow Queen quest. It's a bit weird. Well, yeah, I mean, like, usually that's in the case, it's either, like, a roguelike games that have that, or games where it's, like, it's more extreme kind of games where they're meant to be, like, really long stretches without saving. So, in those cases, yeah. Like, in Persona 1, the Snow Queen quest, the optional... Persona 1 is, like, such a cool... What am I doing, man? I need to focus on my game that I'm playing. Did I save? Let me just save again, because I'm not even sure. I think I did, but let me save again. I was just trying to grind. Oh, yeah, I'm saving so that I can test out some things with the equipment. But it kind of looks like they can all equip the same stuff. I don't know. Let's try... Stupid inventory system in this game is kind of weird. Let's try unequipping his armor, and then give it to the girl and see if she can equip it, because it seems like... I don't know if she can equip armor. She's the only one not starting with armor. She starts with a Myco cloth. Can she equip armor? Oh, but she can just equip armor, though. Well, I'm assuming that's got to be better than a Myco cloth. She seems to have the worst defense out of anybody. Okay, so we'll buy all of them the same 4 things. This seems to be the best starting armor. We probably have enough money to do that now. And then the best weapons. Then we'll save again, and then we'll just go try that dungeon. I already tried the dungeon and got annihilated. The enemies there are super strong. Hey, honey, how's it going? Are you doing okay? Okay, good. Guys, want to talk about save systems more? Oh, I only have 7. I thought it would have more money than that by now. Yeah, it takes a while to grind. What is it, honey? Sorry.
I love you.
Oh, I love you too, baby. Honey, we're talking about saving systems. In video games. And you know what? Don't worry about it. My opinions are always the correct ones. That's all you need. You know, oh, you can't. Wait, you can't. Oh, oh, wait. Oh, she already had the helmet. I see. I'm trying to figure out this game that this playing another RPG. That's just kind of weird. I'm trying to figure it out. Do you know what an RPG is, honey?
Yes, I know RPGs.
What do you think an RPG is? Can you give me your description?
It's like a... I think it's like a Mobile Legend, but it's different. But I remember, you know, my brother playing that before, and my brother, like, he keeps, like, shouting and angry or something.
Oh, you mean like World of Warcraft? He was playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. That is kind of like an RPG. Well, see, the thing about RPGs is that it's like a category of game that's very weird, because it has a very broad definition, and people have different definitions. And, like, nobody can, like, really seem to agree on what it is.
I think, honey, RPGs is like frustrating game.
Frustrating game. So, my wife's definition of RPG is frustrating game.
I like that, honey.
Yeah, you know, like I tried to play that before, and you know, it's like group. You know, every group you need to kill the other group, right?
Like World of Warcraft, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Tried to play that before. Well, World of Warcraft is like that's more of like a like a subset like of RPGs. It's like a distinct category of online RPGs. There's a lot of RPGs are single player. You just play by yourself. But yeah, they call those MMORPGs, and the MMO stands for massively multiplayer online. And there's basically it's like it's a game where you play an RPG with like lots of other people, like thousands of other people, all playing in the same world.
That's kind of frustrating though, you know, like...
Well, the thing about them is that they can be very grindy. Like, they're kind of a lot about... I mean, RPGs... many RPGs can be grindy, but it's essentially just about, like, killing the same things over and over again. To just, like, level up your characters. So it's like, it kind of devolves into just, like, killing the same stuff over and over again. World of Warcraft, they actually tried to make it less grinding. They tried to make it faster paced, but then what they did was, like, everybody got to the maximum level very fast, and then, like, to get the best equipment, you have to do these, like, quote, raid battles, where you're, like, battling these big bosses, and you'd have to, like, do it over and over and over again, like, hundreds or thousands of times. You'd have to battle these same enemies, just to, like, get a chance to get the best equipment. And so, like, that's where that became the grind. But classic RPGs are, you know, when people think of a RPG, usually it's just like a fantasy adventure. They don't have to be fantasy, but usually that's like the classic RPGs, like a fantasy, and you're like a knight or like a wizard, and you're fighting monsters, and you level up, and you get spells and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like the same like Clash of Clans on
Yeah.
Mobile League.
Yeah.
We are all
Anyway, I'm playing another RPG right now for the Famicom, the Nintendo.
What about PUBG?
About what?
PUBG.
Oh, PUBG. Oh, okay, PUBG. That wouldn't, because that's not really an RPG. Whoa, that sells for $259. Maybe I shouldn't have sold that. PUBG is, oh man, that sells for more than the armor. Was that better than the armor? Oh well. Too late now. PUBG is a shooter. That's a shooter. What PUBG is like a special kind of a shooter where it's like what do they call that? Massive arena game? I forget. It's like a big arena, or not I don't know. I forget what it's called. It's like you're playing in like a big area with like a whole bunch of other people, and it's like elimination, and oh yeah, Battle Royale. That's what they call that. They call that Battle Royale. Battle Royale. Yeah, so you're playing like a large area. It's kind of similar to the movie Battle Royale. Oh, you haven't seen that, have you? You should watch Battle Royale. Oh, that's why it's called that, isn't it? Of course. Guys, is Battle Royale called that because it's basically the same as the movie Battle Royale? Of course that's got to be the case. We should watch the movie Battle Royale sometime. The classic Japanese. kind of horror movie, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it's a type of shooter where a bunch of people are dropped into a thing, and then it's just a survival game. Like whoever survive, like one survivor ends up being the winner. Out of like a whole ton of people. And Mr. Leo's strategy was to get a shotgun, find a building, and wait for someone to open the door. And then you would just blow them. You blow their brains out with a shotgun. I never tried PUBG. I've never played a Battle Royale game. Ever, Mr. Leo. You think the manga looks good? I think the manga looks like it has decent art. We were looking at some footage from the anime a little bit earlier. Try not to look at too much of it, since YouTube is very uptight about showing footage from anime and other stuff. Wolfpack, okay. So when I entered here before, I got annihilated, but let's see, maybe we're higher level now. Maybe we can survive this forest. I believe this is where we're supposed to go. Okay, seems alright now. Combat sports. You mean before the movie? Battle Royale? Well, if we can survive in here, then maybe we should start grinding in here. Let's see. Continue heading east. So, like, I've got two guides open here. They both seem... One is finished and one is incomplete, but they both seem vague in different ways, so I'm gonna just be looking at both. This guide is just like... It gives a bunch of information about, like, the town and things you can do, but it tells you nothing about, like, how much you should grind or what equipment you should buy. It just says, go to Garden Point. Which is funny because that's what I did, and I got annihilated really fast. So, by this thing, as a matter of fact. Ooh, let's see if we can actually, maybe see if we can actually handle it. Oh, dude, these things still do a ton of damage. Wait. Are we winning? These do 100 damage. We won, though. Oh my god, those things do so much damage. So it's that enemy in particular. Uh-oh, this guy's only got 30 hit points. Think we're gonna be okay? Gotta get back to town. I don't have any potions or anything to heal. Oh, I gotta check my spells. Maybe I do. Now, these things are only doing 1 damage to him. So... Oh no, he just... Oh wait. Okay, he's fine, he's fine. Curran was put to sleep. Wait a second, do we have spells now? I didn't see if we happened to learn any. No. Okay, no we don't. Alright, let's see if we can make it back to town alive. Otherwise, I'll just reset. I don't know, I don't trust the revival thing. I'll just reset if we die. If one person dies. Boxing or some kind of battle goes back to 1800. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, the term... Oh, dude, he's at 1 hit point left. Oh my god. The term Battle Royale does go back that far. Wait. Let's change our formation. Maybe we can put him in the back now. Let's put him, like, here, maybe? Put the girl here. Hopefully they'll... so she can cover him. Yeah, the term Battle Royale is an old term, but the concept as it is used in... Oh, no, dude. He's dead. Ah, forget it. Forget it, I'll just reset. I don't trust it. I saved just before losing town. We won't lose that much. Dude, those guys in that... Does the guide say anything about those really tough guys in the first dungeon? Travel southeast, you'll come upon 2 Mokis who will be speaking to another. It just it says nothing about like strategy or like what to do in the dungeon. It just says like it only says like where to go and what to do. It says nothing about like your strategy or like it doesn't say anything like about like watch out for these enemies because they could wreck your party extremely fast. Nothing about that. Nothing. This guide is completely barren of like actual. This strategy guide is barren of strategy. It's just a guide. It's just a walkthrough for like where to go. This guide, the incomplete guide, has mentions of strategy. I mean, well, it's apparently free in this first town, the guide says, but also, normally, if you revive your characters, you can't get them back right away. You have to wait a season, and then, this is what the guide says, and then you have to find them, and when you finally get them back in your party, they lost their equipment, and then you have to get them new equipment. But it seems like that, I don't know, the guide is very vague. It seems like that may not be the case in the first town, but just to be safe, I'm just reloading. I mean, maybe we should have found out, but, I don't know. Let's see what this guide says about the first dungeon. Random encounters start as soon as you leave town. This RPG is hard. Blah, 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 blah. Discount at the town. Until you level up at least once, you should go back to the inn and heal after every second battle, max. Level up to level 5 or so, and remember to fully equip all 3 of your characters. Fully! So the guide says at least level 5 before trying to do the first dungeon. I don't know what level we are now. I think we might not be at level 5 yet. We might not be at level 5 yet. It seems like you may... I mean, that's kind of... Dude, these enemies in this dungeon are pretty ridiculous. Although it's just like that... It's that one spider enemy with the eyeball. 3 and 5. I want to see if the battles are probably more lucrative here. So I want to try to do a couple. See, these guys... Well, I don't know. I haven't seen these blue guys yet. Let's see how bad they are. They don't seem too bad. If I see the little spider thing with the eyeball, I could try to set everybody to flee and just run away. You know what? It's about double the money that you get from the outside battles. Maybe it's not worth the risk to fight in there. I should check my level and just go back to town and probably grind more, I think. Like, the spider enemies were still just... I was able to kill it, but Shimon, who's the highest defense character, like, lost almost entirely all his hit points, and then we couldn't make it back to town with him alive. What was your overall opinion about Resident Evil 3, Skittles? The remix? Yeah. You're in luck. 6 is the worst game in the series. We were talking about that. I feel like I'm most likely would enjoy 6 more than 7 and 8. But I mean, I know that people who are disposed to like 7 and 8 seem to like it, but I think that I'm very disposed to not like it. I don't know. 6 is a weird game because like I think it has like 3 different characters, and the game is different for each character. Like they tried to make it like a different style of game for each character, so it seems interesting. I don't know. I want to try it one of these days, but I'm sure it's not as good as the classic ones. Oh, so you're replaying Dragon Quest XI, but you're playing the other version of it? More the same to its detriment? So good? Zero plot. Yeah. I mean, to me...
it's cool to have. It's like still a very high quality game, and having high quality games that are like Resident Evil is always good. The more the better, though. I definitely don't think it's as good as 2. If you're playing them all in a row, I could definitely see why you might find 3 a bit underwhelming. Even at the time when I played Resident Evil 3 when it was new, I was a little bit underwhelmed, for sure. Because I was fresh off of playing Resident Evil 2, which is incredible, and 3 is just a bit underwhelming compared to 2. But I still think it's a really good game in its own right. The big vampire lady. I don't really find her design that appealing, personally. And otherwise, I don't know. I've never really looked at 8 that much. Aside from that, but it seemed just like more the same with 7, which is like totally what I didn't want. 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Well, I mean, 7 out of 10 is like not, it's not that big of a difference, huh? What do you like about 7? Well, certainly that it's first person, like the absolute last thing I would want from a horror game, It's like, I mean, that alone is, to me, that's terrible. I don't like first-person horror games for the most part. The only ones I can think of offhand that I enjoy are the Echo Knight games from FromSoft. Stuff that plays like FromSoft I like. But yeah, first-person stuff I generally don't like, so there's that. But also, the writing in 7... I really, really don't like 7's writing or character designs. Like, it reminds me, in a way, it's kind of like Final Fantasy 16, because it's like super Americanized. It doesn't feel like a game from a Japanese company. And there's like it's almost Until Dawn-ish. I don't know if it's as bad or annoying as Until Dawn, but there's an Until Dawn-ish quality about just the presentation, the characters, the writing, the way the story feels. Yeah, I guess it's like supposed to be kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre-ish, which is interesting, but the soundtrack is like seems to be utter nothingness, like you would expect from like a modern horror game. Like it's the bottom of the bottom. So of course, I don't know if the soundtrack. I don't think the soundtrack is that good in 5 and 6 either, though. It seems very generic. This is based on. I mean, I haven't played it, obviously. I've watched a few hours of the game, like in total. So I've watched a decent amount. This is all based on the aesthetics. I don't know how the game plays does not matter. Aside from the fact that I know it plays like a modern first-person game, and I generally don't like how those play. I don't like how the movement feels. If it played like a FromSoft game, that would change things, but I'm positive that it doesn't. But that's not really the issue anyway. That's not the major issue. Oh, dude, somebody okay, what are our levels now? The other guide, the incomplete guide, says maybe grind to level 5. The, quote, complete guide gives no information about what level you should be. What do I want to see? No, wait. What am I looking for? Stat party. That shows their levels. Kieran's still 3. Probably should grind more. I mean, at this point we can grind pretty safely for a while without needing to use the inn outside of town. Seasons are passing. I don't know if the time aspect of this game matters. Like, this game is very weird. Like, yet another Famicom RPG with very interesting, weird, unique, idiosyncratic mechanics. Like, there's a seasonal system. I have no idea what the impact is. Like, is there a time element that passes? I don't know. The guy hasn't mentioned that yet. How do you feel about a horror game that is third person most of the time? We have the ability to go first person and examine things. You mean like Silent Hill 4 would be the major example of that. It depends on how it's done. Silent Hill 4 would be an example of one that I think is awesome. The way that first person is used in Silent Hill 4 is like a shining example of how you can do it well. Because I think that, like,
I mean, if Silent Hill 4 was a PC game and you had mouse movement for the house, for being in your room, I think a lot of people would find it to be, quote, superior, because it's like, you know, you have more, if you're using the mouse to control your camera, you have much more control, and it's much more fluid to, like, move around and look around. But I really don't want fluidity in... I don't necessarily... I mean, sometimes I do. Fluidity can be good or bad. In a game like Silent Hill 4, I don't think fluidity would have improved the game at all. The fact that it's, like, a little bit slow to move around and look at things is better. Slower is better. It's often better for a horror game, slower, because it just lends itself better to a game with more atmosphere. But I mean, like, it wouldn't have been a big deal either way. I'm sure many people would have, I mean, if your philosophy of game design is more convenience always better 100% of the time, then of course that would be better. And many people, don't necessarily have like a strict philosophy of game design, but many people tend to just think along the lines of like, ooh, it's convenient, it's faster. Because like modern games, I don't want to get, too much on a rant. But modern games, well, no, I shouldn't even say modern games. Games have tended to enter a realm where people are, it's become much more about make progress and progress bars going up, metaphorically, numbers going up. And, a lot of people when they play games feel like they need to constantly feel like they're making progress, and if they don't feel like they're making progress, then they're unhappy. And if they feel like, as long as they feel like they're making progress, they're happy. Even though, in many ways, that's an illusion, and like a lot of like more modern games, not necessarily, I mean a lot of games, let's just say a lot of games, because like this has been going on for like decades now. A lot of games are very, very padded, and even though you're constantly making progress, the overall experience is much more drawn out. But as long as you don't feel like you're losing progress, as long as you feel like you're constantly making progress, it feels good, people like it, I guess. So that philosophy extends even to like moving around in a room. If it's fluid and faster, if you can like use your mouse and like move around the room faster to see things faster, then you're getting the content is being delivered to your brain quicker, and it feels better in that way. But I don't want that. That's why I like that Silent Hill 4 doesn't use mouse controls. I don't want fluidity. It's not necessarily about vulnerability, but I do think there's an argument to be made for that, Mr. Leo. That could also be an aspect of it, but it's not primarily about that. It's actually more, for me, I think it's more of an atmosphere thing. I like the way it feels better when you kind of slowly, stiffly, kind of dodgily moving around the room and slowly turning your head to look at stuff. It's like, I think that's what appeals to me about FromSoft first-person games. But anyway, I like the way that's done. The reason why I like it is probably the exact reason why many people wouldn't like it and prefer more modern stuff. But that's the exact reason why I tend to not like the way that many more recent, shall we say, first-person games are done. But yet I love FromSoft first-person games, But anyway, yeah, I think that Silent Hill 4 would be the primary example that I could think of like a game that does that sort of thing in a way that I personally really like. And if more were done, like if Resident Evil 7 was like that, well, I mean, I think it's not even with Resident Evil 7. It's not even the first. I mean, when I heard that it was gonna be first person, when I first looked at it, that's what initially repelled me from it. But after watching it for a while, the thing that I think that I dislike about it the most is the writing. The writing is what turns me off about it the most, more than anything else. It's just the writing style, maybe I should say. Yeah. Achievements. Yeah, Mr. Leo. You could put it that way, but with achievements, I think, you know, the thing is with achievement systems is I'm not against achievement systems as a concept within games. I'm not against like Donkey Kong Country has a percentage, and to like maximize your percentage you gotta find all the barrels, and I like doing that generally in the Donkey Kong Country games. Sometimes in RPGs, if I really, really like a game, I kind of want to 100% it and max it out and like just see all the content and find all the stuff and get all the weapons maybe even. So like 100%ing a game, I can understand. I used to be more into that when I was younger, and I realized at a certain point that that was really more of an addiction than fun. It was kind of a fake fun where I was doing it because I felt like I needed to do it. More so than I wasn't actually enjoying it as much as it wasn't about enjoyment. It was much more about addiction than enjoyment. But so like I try to limit myself. I try not to do that sort of like maxing. It's a slightly different thing, but you know, like 100% in games. I generally don't really do that so much anymore. Especially these days, and especially now that I stream everything, very, very rare that I go crazy 100%ing a game, because I don't think that's fun content for their stream either. Can you think of the last game I did that with? Because I can't even think of it. But it's like the main problem I have with the achievement system, I think it's beyond that. It's just I resent that it's an elaborate scam by developers to essentially milk players out of, essentially just to get them to keep playing. It's a treadmill. It's a scam. That's I don't like achievement systems because they're a scam. That's it. That is the reason. Like it's one of, like, aside from mobile games and you know, the really bad stuff the mobile games could you know, like you know, pay to win stuff and milking the whales and stuff like that. Aside from that sort of like really scummy business it's probably like putting, as far as like freedom, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think is the most like underhanded game design, like type of game design? Like I want like scummy, underhanded, predatorial. What do you think is the most predatorial game design? Aside from the obvious answer is mobile game shit. But putting that aside, what do you think it is? Like loot boxes, put that aside as well. To me, it's achievements. Achievement systems is the most predatorial system that's free. You wouldn't say they are? I would. That's the difference between you and me. I really would. I really think it is the closest thing of in game design. I think it's the closest thing to a scam. But I mean, you know, maybe they're not exactly a scam, but they're like a scam. You know, if you want to partially agree with me, I'll take it. I'll take the partial agreement. Did I say it? That's partially why, Mr. Leo. Well, obviously the overall concept revolves around the concept of either trophies or gamer score, and that is there to compel. Like the reason why that is there, it's not a mystery. It's the developer. I mean, it's known. It's a thing that developers have talked about. The reason why the whole gamer score element is there is to make you feel like it's something that you need to get so that you'll keep playing. People, they call them achievement hunters. It's like a real thing. People will buy games just to get the trophy. Like, I heard this game's an easy trophy. I'm going to buy it just to get the trophy. And the developers know that. And that's one of the primary reasons why that it's psychological manipulation. You know? It's there to be psychological manipulation. And it's a thing that's grafted onto games, you know? And, you know, if it didn't have the gamer score aspect, it would be a lot less scummy, for sure. Which is one of the, I mean, this is a really good thing about Nintendo that Nintendo never gets credit for, because they still have resisted that. But yeah, the gamer score aspect of it is definitely the thing that unites it. As that's what really makes it the scummy thing. You could say like games that have an elaborate set of like content that's sort of padding or filler. Like for example, like even Breath of the Wild, and Nintendo will have stuff like this. Obviously, like collecting all the Korok seeds. That's basically the same kind of content. Like, Korok seeds is basically the same sort of kind of scummy content. Although, at least in that case, I appreciate that there's no real reward. Like, Nintendo's sort of telling you not to get them all. It's sort of trying to subtly say, don't do this, it's not worth it. But nevertheless, it's still a thing that it's like, it's the, you know what I'm saying. But at least there's not the gamer score thing there. A snapshot of when I did a thing in game. Well, that's a good point, Mr. Leo. I mean, you could keep a journal or whatever or something, but I mean, I guess it's you could still. I wish you could, if you could have that system without if you could just have a system that tells you what time you did beat a game. I think that would be great. Just strip all the other stuff out of it. I mean, people will do it for the points. People will. I mean, those are the whales of achievement systems. Just like how, mobile games have their whales, and the whole system exists to exploit whales. Achievement systems exist to exploit those people. Yeah, but again, UFO 50 is not. Yeah, that's just like getting all the Korok seeds in Zelda. The difference there to me is that, like, getting all the cherries in UFO 50 is, like, worthwhile and valuable goal. Whereas, like, I personally wouldn't get all the... I'm not... I know some people in this chat have done that, and that's fine. Whatever you find to be of value is fine for you. I don't find there to be... getting all the Korok seeds is where I drew the line. I really enjoyed the Switch Zelda games enough to, like, do all the shrines and do various things. Well, at least with Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom, I didn't want to do that again. But I drew the line with the Korok seeds. Yeah, Steam Achievements does have a percentage of a thing to tell you who accomplished that, and that's kind of interesting to see. But I wish they would just, but like, honestly, the Steam Achievements with the percentage thing, again, I think it's unnecessary and pointless, except for the achievement of beating the game. That's all I care about. The rest of it does, like, who cares how many people, like, collected 5 turtle shells or whatever, the bullshit achievements. The only thing that matters is, like, how many people beat the game, I feel like. Well, I mean, I guess you could argue that, well, maybe, like, stuff like how far you play through the game could be interesting to see, but achievements are not unified in that way, so it doesn't always tell you that. I mean, usually it doesn't. It's just a way for game developers to exploit. It's exploitive game design, because it's an easy way to tack a system on. It's a system. Like, having achievements within games is a way to keep people playing. And that is an aspect of modern game design that's sort of bad. It's games used to be about just simply how to design a game to be fun. At a certain point, game design started to be about how to use psychology to keep people playing. I think that's bad. I think that game design should be fun, should be the primary aspect, not designing games around how to psychologically keep the player feel like they should keep playing the game. Achievements are, like, at their core, they're the emblem, the very emblem of that sort of aspect. Game design of psychological manipulation rather than of fun, No, I'm just saying, I think it's the worst aspect of game. Well, what do you guys think is the worst aspect of game design? Like, it's, it's just an opinion about game design. Like, what do you guys think is the worst aspect of game design? Or some of the worst aspects? Like, is there bad aspects of game design? Like, what do you guys think? Or what do you guys think are bad aspects of game design? This is, to me personally, that's the worst. That's the most exploitive thing in games. That's just my opinion, but I mean. What's that, honey? Sorry, we're having a discussion about game design.
Well, Colic, what do you... Yeah, no, putting mobile games aside and the pay-to-win stuff, what do you think is, like, bad game design? Like, what do you think is... Like, what do you not like in game design? I mean, no, for sure, everybody agrees with that. We all agree with that. Do you think it's an extension of advertising? Well, I don't know about that. You're making dragon fruit? Oh, honey, you dropped your dragon fruit. That looks really good. You want to show the chat your dragon fruit? Okay, yeah, just let me, whenever you're ready. I never really got... I watched a little bit of Mad Men. It was not my favorite. I mean, it's not... I don't know. Actually, I mean, like, you know, like, it's really well... It's good? I don't know. Okay, are you ready, honey?
No.
Okay. Check out the dragon fruit. Dragon fruit. But, like, to get good dragon fruit, you gotta get it from, like, the Philippines, apparently. All the dragon fruit I've tried in America has not been good. So that's the red variety, not the white variety. I think I like the red one a little bit better, but they actually taste pretty similar. What's that?
Violet, purple.
Violet? Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Oops. Sorry, I'm sorry that I've been, well, you know, I don't know, it's my game playing has been a little bit, I've been distracted, but I guess the conversation has been good, hopefully. It was worth it. Oh, yeah, no, I mean, Matt, yeah, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, that's kind of like her, I guess that's like your lunch. Is that like your lunch or your snack? Well, normally this would be her breakfast, but she was up earlier and she already ate breakfast, so now it's kind of like her lunch or snack or something. But that would make a good breakfast, wouldn't it? It looks really good. Do you guys ever eat dragon fruit? How do you guys feel about dragon fruit? I'm a fan. I didn't used to be a fan until I went to the Philippines and ate some. All the dragon fruit I've ever tried in America has been bad. I mean, I guess it's because it's frozen or it's like not fresh, but I've never had a good dragon fruit in America. I don't know if you guys have. Oh, allowing custom button mapping. So that's something that you don't like. So Colic, like, yeah, so like we differ. Like, you don't mind achievements as much as I do, but personally, to me, for me personally, I think there's room for games to not always. Well, I mean, you know, generally I think probably like letting people remap buttons is good, but I think there could be some games where maybe the developers have I think if the developers have an intended experience and that includes the buttons, then I think it's totally okay to not let you remap them. And I think that, yeah, I don't think that's like that's not a categorical rule for me. So we would differ there a little bit. Although I think that if every game lets you customize the controls, it's probably generally fine anyway. Well, you know, Skittles. Sometimes it's good for the stream. I guess, Colic. You weren't to impress exactly, Mr. Leo. Well, they're really good in the Philippines, though. Rufford, what's up? Oh, yeah, we talk about food. Rufford, what's up? We were talking about game design, now we're talking about food. Did you hear the talk about achievement systems? And then before that, we were talking about save systems. And now we're talking about dragon fruit. Have you ever had dragon fruit? Do you like dragon fruit, Rufford? Mango is the wildest fruit you get? Can you, like, because your grocery store not have, like, wild fruit in it? Yeah, well, you know, I think that Colic, your fourth place right-handed player. Ooh, level 6. Okay, we're probably ready for this dungeon now. I'm gonna save one final time. We're gonna finally go do that. The first dungeon of the game. This is a Konami game, Konami RPG for Famicom, based on an anime. It's apparently quite hard, playing in English translation. And I had to grind for about 2 hours. Well, really, it's more like grinding for 1 hour because I've been very distracted tonight talking about stuff. But still, you have to grind quite a bit before you're ready. The first dungeon is really hard. The game's very interesting, though. It's got a fully automated battle system. Little dudes walking around, kind of similar to Minivoltan Saga. There's no Famicom, there's no NES RPG that this is like, though. That, you know, that ever came out here. Minivoltan Saga is another Famicom RPG. You got a Kawano. I don't know what a Kawano is. Like a spiky cucumber? You've not adventured to Dragon Fruit? See, we were saying, the thing that I was saying is, every time I've tried Dragon Fruit in America, it's been underwhelming. And Mr. Leo said the same thing. He said that who said that? Somebody said they were underwhelmed by it. Oh, Mr. Leo said that, yeah. Oh, durian? Yeah, I've tried durian in... my wife is smiling. I've tried durian, and I didn't care for it, but I need to try it again. Maybe it wasn't fresh enough. I'm gonna try it again, but...
You need to try the French one.
Yeah. I need to try the fresh one. But the smell was not what bothered me. What bothered me was the texture, actually, personally. But I'm gonna try it again when I go to the Philippines. The taste is... I don't know. It's an acquired taste, I think, as well. Well, sure, Colic. But again, I think that may be the case. But I think well, not even just with button mapping, but with any kind of option. I don't subscribe to the idea that more options are better. I think sometimes the developers need to force you to playing a certain way. I think that's just necessary for for being able to convey like an intended experience, you know? And that can apply. I think that it certainly could apply to like button setting, but it could apply to anything. I think there's no such thing as like an absolute, you know, set of options that has to be available. And if you have fingers missing or whatever, look, there are people that learn to play games with their feet, you know. But it's possible that some games may just not be playable by like every single human. That's also okay. You know? And I don't think that, you know, you should need to, if a developer has an intended experience that they want to convey, I don't think that they should have to sacrifice that just so that like 0.001% of people might be able to play the game, you know? Yeah, I don't agree with that, Rufford. But I mean, like, I don't disagree with it too much. I think there should be room for the possibility of certain games that not being the case. But I mean, generally, it probably makes sense to let you. It's just, I don't know. To me, I'm much more, what's the word? I'm much more, you guys are stricter about that. About, you like, button remapping 100% of the time. It's got to be in every game. Whereas I'm more lenient to, like, alternatives in that field. But when it comes to achievement systems, I'm the one that's strict. Oh, dude, this is the guy that's really tough. Should we... Okay, well, we'll try it. Yeah, you could get custom controls built. I mean, that's true. Okay, Madara is getting... Madara got pretty wrecked. Dude, those guys... they're still... Maybe I need to have heal... What is a heal potion in this game? The guide's not saying... I still can't handle these guys. I could just run away from those guys, I guess. I'm not sure how effective the running is. I mean, it might work. I should try it. But we gotta go back and heal and rest again. Well, that's true, Colic. But that's a different issue. That's a separate issue. So I was just asking, like, to me, the most rough... I was saying that putting aside mobile games and pay-to-win stuff and loot boxes, I think the most exploitive game design that isn't about, like, taking your money is achievement systems. Like, that's the most exploitive
scum. Like that's the worst. That's just the worst. That's the worst aspect of like game design is achievement systems. And then like if I were to add like other, aside from that, I would say like, and like being able to like customize the buttons is, I don't even know if that's. I guess technically that's a game mechanic, but it's not really a discussion about like game mechanics. I feel like it's not really game design. Well, I mean, it's a game mechanic, but it's not really game design, Microtransactions. Yeah, but like we all agree about that. Besides microtransactions, what are the worst aspects of game design? I would say achievement systems, quest systems in games. Quest systems are like almost always overdone, bad, and are just blatant padding. Actual game in a medium. Yeah, everybody hates that too. But that's not. I don't think that's not game design though. That's more like a business practice, but that's not game design. Oh, dude, did my controls just spontaneously change, or have it been? I could swear the controls. What the heck? Let me just put them back how I like them. I should probably quit the stream. I mean, I don't know. Am I gonna play through this game? Am I gonna devote to another like 20-hour RPG or longer? I think we gotta play the game longer at least. This one seems like it could take a while, but it seems pretty cool. Oh, I've got tons of money now. Dude, hold on. What is the different colors of somas? What do they do? I need to find that out. I need healing items. This is all information that would be in the manual anyway, so... What do the somas do? It's gotta say in here some... What? Dude, how does this guide not say that? This is the so-called complete guide. What the hell? It doesn't even say what this... I know they're healing items. It must be at the bottom. I gotta scroll down to the bottom and like start. I gotta work my way up from the bottom. Oh my. White Soma's revival. Yellow is poison. Pale restores HP and MP. Purple recovers from lure status. Red restores it. Okay, red is an herb. Red is an herb. We need those. Sorry, I know the mouse cursor's on screen. Okay, we have tons of money now, so let's get some red somas. Dude, what else? Yellow? Removes poison. I'm guessing we don't need that yet. Probably. Green. This shop sells red, yellow, green, and blue. Green is paralysis. It's like this is just one of those games. You would need the manual. Oh, dude, the green one is 200. What is blue? Restores MP. This cheap one restores MP, but I don't think I have any spells yet. Oh, I should check. Maybe I have spells now. You made slot machines or just math models to get you addicted? You think they're cracked? Slot machines, okay, sure. But, like, that's kind of the same. That's the same as, like, the stuff in mobile games. Like, mobile games are basically the same thing. I'm talking about, like, stuff besides that. Like, scummy or bad game design choices. So you say that. Make my own guide. I don't know if I like this game that much. It seems pretty cool. It's a bit weird, because, like, this game, I think the art doesn't look good. I don't think this game looks good, except for these portraits in the screen, in the shop screens. I mean, I don't look at these. For a Konami game, this is pretty visually unappealing, but the music is awesome. Like, I don't know, I feel very mixed about this game. I don't mind the difficulty of the game. The difficulty is cool. Yeah, older slot machines are interesting mechanically, sure. A poor walkthrough? Oh yeah, I mean, there's a lot of poor walkthroughs, but I mean, you know, these are things that people do for free, of course. With their spending their own time. I mean, Clash of Clans as Arc of Addiction. Yeah, but no, but I'm talking about stuff besides that. Oops, I gotta plug in my phone. Alright, well, you know what? We're still having... As long as the conversation is still good, I should keep streaming. But I should probably stop soon, but let's just keep going. Did I save? I saved. So, let's try... We have healing items now. I'm also going to try to just run away from that one enemy that seems overpowered. And we'll see if we can do this first dungeon. Finally. We could do a dungeon. Wouldn't that be great? I do love, though, that these battles are, like, automated. I really like automated battle systems in RPGs. I think they're really fun. And, like, this is quite unique as well. Man, listen to the very Castlevania 3-like music. The music's so good. Although this battle track is not that good, I feel like it's not actually that great of a battle track, maybe, even though it sounds good, it's got good instrumentation. The map music is awesome. The map music is phenomenal. Battle track is like... I don't know. I haven't quite warmed up to it, I guess. Yeah, I do prefer to do that call it, because I find them so annoying. Achievement notifications. So yeah, the things that I think are the worst aspects of just game design, period. Achievement systems, quest systems. What else do I really not? When games like adventure or RPG type games that let you save scum, like save and load anywhere, I absolutely just categorically do not like that. Like, that's just always inferior to some sort of, like, saving... It's essentially like leaving the game unfinished. It's leaving an aspect of game design unfinished. We were talking about that earlier. I mean, generally, I don't like... I mean, I think most people don't like padding. Obviously, like, what counts as padding really depends on the person. Oh, so I guess everybody's level 5 now. Okay, that's good. I wonder how much this red herb heals. Okay, so the guide says generally we want to go southeast here. Getting value. Sure, replay value has always been a thing, but I feel like these days, I don't know, replay value doesn't matter as much. Generally, people care more about the first playthrough, and it's almost like people would rather the game be padded so that the first playthrough, like, there's still, I don't know, there's still that aspect of game design, and I think to some extent, players seem to want this, where it's like, if the game is too short, people complain because they feel like they didn't get their money's worth. People want to get their money's worth, and that just inevitably devolves into games being padded. And personally, one of the reasons why I love 8-bit RPGs is because they're so much shorter. They're so much more pure and short compared to modern RPGs. Modern RPGs can be awesome. I love the Persona games. You know, they make up for it in other ways by having like really involved, like really good narratives. But there's like old-fashioned RPGs that are really to the point and short are so nice and refreshing. Not having to walk around an RPG again and again. Now, see, and like me, sometimes I like doing that. Grinding can be fun. Grinding in old 8-bit RPGs is fun. I like doing it to an extent. It depends on the game. But especially in old RPGs, I think it's good design. I think it can be good design. I think it just can be overdone or misused. But I think it's good design. Yeah. Well, The Order, I remember that game. It just looked... I think beyond just being short, I think it just... Oh, dude! Raid. I was thinking of ending my stream soon, but I guess we better keep going a little bit longer, huh? We got a nice little raid from Copert. Copert! Hey, thanks for the raid, I appreciate it. I'm back to Fliptendo now. I don't know if you know, I finished UFO 50. Sherried all 50 games, and now I'm just playing random Famicom games again. Maybe I was playing a Famicom game when he raided last time. I don't remember. But thanks for the raid. I really appreciate it. Are you still doing the Looney Tunes thing? How's that going? Your Looney Tunes project. Is it making you loony? We're playing a Konami, an obscure Konami Famicom RPG. It's kind of a weird game. I feel like the art is shockingly kind of poor for a Konami game. But the music is awesome. But this game's also like really hard and like seemingly kind of grindy. But yet I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it. Like it's fun, even though there's like a bunch of weird obtuse mechanics. How could Emperor Mouryou order me to kill the... This is the first story we've gotten in a long... This first 2 hours has just been nothing but grinding. This is the first story we're now getting. I finally like made some headway into the first dungeon. How could Emperor Mouryou order me to kill the kid anyway? He's mishandling his workers and wasting my potential. Ocho Lobu. Quiet, wait, is that the pig? Quiet, damn it! You're not a very bright one, are you? It's the old man, Tatara. He's the real threat. But my poison arrow should have him dead and gone shortly. Unless he got some white soma. I've put a seal on the soma, don't worry about it. Right. Well, let's get back to the fortress. It's a good thing we heard that conversation. Wow, that worked out, huh? Good thing we heard that conversation. Ooh, 44 out of 103, and you're finishing all the... Oh, no, I think I asked you said you're finishing... You're going to try to finish most of them, but maybe you won't finish all of them, or something like that. Cryo developed... Oh, yeah, you're playing a Cryo game. A Cryo Speedy Gonzalez game. That's one I've never seen Macaw play. Dude, how many games does Cryo have? Do they just have limitless number of games? Oh, dude, our first treasure chest. Voice echoes from the stone. Are you Hijuran? Tatara's condition is degraded, yes, but I have been sealed here by the Moki. Now, see, yeah, that's another one where my opinion differs from some people because, like, from looking at it, it looks bad to me. And I feel like I wouldn't like it, but I've heard a lot of people praise Expedition 33. I think Red Mages said he was going to play it, or did he play it? Somebody, maybe Skills played that. Somebody else played that here, and they generally liked it. But I don't know. I can't imagine myself liking it. I just really don't like the aesthetics of that game at all. Personally, I just don't like the aesthetics, the music, and the visuals, and character designs. But that's just me. And that's, that's an aesthetics thing. That's not a game design thing. I can't comment on this game design. Actually, I like that it seems to be trying to be sort of classical in style and being like a classical RPG. I think that's cool, but... Music from the guy that did Hardline. Didn't somebody famous do the music from Hardline? The bottom of your list. The Taz games. What's the best Looney Tunes games you've played so far, Copert? Defeat Boshu Lobu, please. If you do, the seal upon me will fade. Lobu should be in his fort to the north. Alright, so now we got a new quest. We gotta go to a fortress to the north. I don't know what level we have to be for that. Alright, let's try to... I guess we'll try to explore the rest of this dungeon. So, by the way, the battle system for this game is fully automated. It kind of looks like Minivoltan Saga, if you've seen that, which you probably haven't. Otherwise, I don't know what else to compare it to. It's pretty unique. I can't think of any... But, it's a fully automated... I guess kind of a little bit like Drakan. You can change the... You have very primitive and basic controls over the character's AI here, but there's no direct control. It's actually kind of like the battle system. I really like automated battle systems in games. I really like Drakan for Super Nintendo for that. Well, that's one of the reasons I like Drakan. Drakan is awesome. Alright, we'll go back to the town, the initial town to heal, and then, I don't know, maybe we'll try to do the fortress. May as well. So you like the Taz game on Super Nintendo. Best one is from Konami, mostly kind of tuned and animated. I have not played the Animaniacs game, but I assume you mean Buster Bust Loose. That game's awesome. I should stream that game sometime. I haven't played it in a long time, but that game is really good. Oh, did you mean the NES Tiny Toons game? Yeah, there is NES Tiny Toons game as well, isn't there? I can't remember if I might have played those. I can't remember. Did I play the NES Tiny Toons? For Fliptendo? I can't. I might have. You hate bump combat systems? Aw, too bad, Rufford. I love bump combat systems. I think they're so fun. I love them. I just love the simplicity and just the sort of simple elegance of bump combat. Like, it's just like, it's distilled RPG mechanics. Yeah, it's fantastic. Oh, so you were talking about the NES one. Okay. I can't remember if I played that. The football stage, yeah, that was really cool. I think every stage was different in that game. We had to play Castlevania the bump combat. Dude, why not just both, Rufford? They're both great. Why not both? I mean, I love Ys 1 and 2, but I also love Ys 3. They're just both awesome. But they're different styles that are both awesome. I love a lot of different styles of games. I mean, this is awesome. This automated weird combat system is awesome. Because it's just like, it's cool. Like, it's... You know, I like RPGs. I don't mind just mashing fight. It's fine. But something that's sort of like a different take on that is nice. It's refreshing. Which is a thing that's good about bump combat. It's like bump combat is a little bit more elegant than just mashing fight over and over again, right? It's essentially the same thing. And so is this. With, you know, a little bit of, it's a little bit of a difference. It's in the presentation and like in some of the minutia of like how the strategy works. But more or less, it's kind of the same thing. Especially the end result. I mean, you know, whether you're sitting there just mashing the attack button, or whether you're just like charging into enemies and just... See, the thing that's really fun about bump combat, though, is just the feeling of like smashing into enemies and deleting them. Did I do the in yet? No, wait, I haven't got to the town yet, have I? Totally. I'm very distracted from my screen right now. I mean, we're still progressing. I'm leveling up, and we're sort of doing stuff. I'm sort of progressing. Yeah, the music and battle system in this game are great. I'm a Konami fan as well. One of the exciting things about this Fliptendo is like playing every Konami game. I especially wanted to check out every Konami game, and I wanted to try to beat as many as them as I could. And I've beaten most Konami games so far. Especially most Famicom Konami games that aren't sports games. I think I've beaten almost all of them. I've beaten weird stuff like Phoenix, Arumaka no Kiseki, Getsu Fumaden. We played the first Esper Dream. I haven't got to the second Esper Dream yet, but first Esper Dream is pretty cool. I Senshi Nicole is awesome. The baby game, the baby platformer, Biomiracle Bouquet Upa. Dude, there's so many. There's like a ton of like Famicom Konami games that are awesome. Oh, Konami YY World, both 1 and 2 are both awesome. I'm not doing a Konami marathon. I'm playing them as I get to them for Fliptendo. So there's, you know, I'm playing them mostly as part of Fliptendo. But we've already got to like a lot of them. There's a few I didn't really want to play through. I'm trying to do... I mean, most of the Konami games are fun anyway. They did a Fire Emblem style strategy game. I guess it's not so much Fire Emblem as like Gundam-like, because Gundam was the first strategy game for Famicom, and then Fire Emblem and Advance Wars are like refinements on that, and they're way better. The Gundam strategy game on Famicom is like one of the worst games in the system. No exaggeration. It's absolutely just mind-numbingly tedious. It's the most tedious thing I've ever played. That and Fleet Commander. Just in general, early strategy games with Famicom suck. They're like the worst things. The Gundam one is especially bad because you have to wait for the computer. Like, the computer, like, takes actually, like, literally minutes to think on its turn. Maybe minutes is an exaggeration, but like upwards of a minute, like 30 seconds to a minute. It might be minute. Like it takes a ridiculously long time, and then like moving all your dudes around the map is incredibly tedious. And the Konami game was a little bit more polished than that, and it had really good music, but it's still just the tedious moving your units around the map very, very slowly, one at a time. It's just not good. It's just not fun. I like Fire Emblem style games. Yeah, dude, I think the Koei games are better than the Gundam style moving your little units around the map. Those are the most tedious by far. Koei games are not as tedious as that, but they can still be very tedious, especially with, I think they're more fun to play because I think being menu based is actually better. You can kind of, once you understand how to play them, you can mash through those menus quicker and you can progress quicker. But then you have the actual like battles, which are still kind of tedious, like moving your little units one at a time around the map. Although sometimes you can like stack your units with like big stacks, and it's not, I don't know. Maybe they're still kind of tedious, the battles. Oh, dude, here's the fortress. All right, new music as well. Sounds good. Are we gonna get destroyed here? Is the thing. I'm concerned. We gotta be okay at like level 5, 5, and 6, right? We gotta be okay. These guys I've seen before. We were able to handle these guys. The only enemy that was like ridiculously overpowered so far is those little spiders with the eye. I'm gonna run away if I see those. They just do. I can kill them now, but I'll go through way too many hit points. Yeah, I mean, I haven't beaten any Koei games. I played a fair amount of the first Nobunaga, but I don't know. They're not really worth beating, and they are one of the main reasons why I would never want to do a NES Mania. Never. I don't want to have to sit here and, like, beat every game. There's too many tedious games. Like, sports games are probably the number one. They're like and especially the baseball games. And, like, number two would probably be like strategy games, Koei games, and like Fire Emblem style games. It's just like, you know, I don't want to dedicate like so much time of my life to those kind of games. You know, I'd rather, like, this is fun. I like this. I want to play through stuff like this. There's tons of Famicom games that I like and enjoy, and that I can enjoy playing through in one way or the other. Most games for Famicom or NES that I've beaten are games I've enjoyed, at least to some extent. There's very, very little in here that I've played through without, like, out of a feeling of obligation. I probably could count on one hand the number of games I've played through. Like, occasionally there'll be like a Famicom game with like no playthrough on YouTube, and I feel like I should be the one to play through it, you know? Even though it's like really tedious, like Reflect World comes to mind. But Massive 3 Kingdoms. Well, I haven't really tried some. Those Koei games are very, very long-lasting games. Like they've been around a very long time. Very prolific is the word I was looking for. And I haven't really checked out the late. I mean, they're still around today. They're still making them. I wonder how the new ones are. I haven't really checked them out at all. What is it, honey? Oh no, what happened? I love you too. Oh, okay. Did you finish your dragon fruit? That dragon fruit looked good. It looked good. When I go to the Philippines, I'm gonna be eating dragon fruit. What is this? How do I let them out of the... Oh, what do I do? Maybe I gotta go just get that chest. Can I talk to them through the thing? Please help. There's a wolf key up ahead. It'll open the door. Okay. What? Have we been taking damage? Let me check my party. Oh, dude, we have Madara is taking some big damage. Let's give him a red
potion. Or red, what is it? Soma? They're called Somas in this game. Wait a second. Why do I have no items? They're in the belt? Well, if the consumables go on the belt, then what's the item menu for? Is that just for key items, maybe? I guess it's just like Dragon Quest style. Well, anyway. How much does that restore? This is my first time using a healing item in the game. Like 200, okay, pretty good. Good to know. We should be fine then to do this dungeon, I think. That sounds like the same chest sound effect as Dragon Quest. Yeah, I've been tempted to try to do a big 20, but I had never pulled the trigger on that. Even that is like too much effort into like a thing that I would just rather always just play my own games or pick my own games. Fliptendo is a project that's like really personalized towards like doing what I want to do. Which is really just like checking out all these games and like being the ones I feel like being. Dude, I want Uncharted Waters looks good. I kind of want to play Uncharted Waters. The Super Nintendo one. I don't know if there's an NES one, but the Super Nintendo one looks really good. Okay, can we open? Oh, look at that. Now I can go home. Thanks, I'm safe. Okay. But what about the... How do I get the white Soma, though? Oh, have we fought these guys before? Okay, they're not bad. They're not bad. Man, I really gotta... I can't afford to mess around. I gotta save and quit soon. It's like getting really late. I'm happy with the Fliptendo progress tonight. If we're gonna play through this game, I'm definitely not gonna be able to finish it before going to the Philippines. Sorry, guys. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's worth finishing, though. Dude, listen to the leveling up music. Oh, man, I think the batteries in my air conditioner remote are going dead. Dude, the level up music is... this is the first time I stopped to listen to it. It's really good. Level 7, alright. I mean, just... I wonder what the level progression is in this game, like how high your level gets. Based on... I took a quick look, like skimmed over the guide. Based on the number of locations, I think this game could be really long. I think this could be like a 40-hour game, to be honest. This feels like it could be like... I don't know, man. This game is cool, but should we really fully play through it? You finished Inito, Way of the Ninja? That's cool. I've never really seen too much of that. I've seen a little bit of that one. It looked okay. That's one of those like more obscure Super Nintendo RPGs that like you had to, if you were really into RPGs in the Super Nintendo era, you might play stuff like Inito, Way of the Ninja, and like Secret of the Stars, stuff like that. Yeah, I am, Mr. Leo. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Because the trouble is, it's probably going to be really long. It just feels like it's going to be... The list of locations is so long, it's got to be at least 40 hours. As cool as this game is, do I really want to play it for 40 hours? I don't know. Like, even Minimalton Saga was only like 20 hours, you know? I never tried that one, Mr. Leo. I remember seeing pictures of it in magazines. I don't know, what did you think of that one? Yeah. I remember that I used to get that game confused with Kid Dracula. People would talk about Kid Dracula, and I'd be picturing Twisted Tales of Spike McFang. Oh, that game? That weird Spike McFang? But like, I didn't realize Kid Dracula was a different game. So this guy's the boss. It feels like we should be able to beat him, but I don't know. I think we're here now. I think we should just give it a try. Well, you know, I don't know. Like, there was a lot of cool games for Super Nintendo, and that was one that I looked at the magazines, but I never really... I don't know. I guess it didn't super appeal to me. So I just, you know, there was just so many cool games. There's lots that I didn't get around to. Oh, Kieran's getting wrecked a little bit. Oh, dude. Is she in trouble? Is she gonna be in trouble? She should be okay, right? Uh-oh. Oh, man. Well, good thing I can heal. I have a bunch of... I think I have 5 of these left. Let's see, where are we at now? Menus are kind of awkward in this game, unfortunately. I don't know, what do you think, Mr. Leo? Do you think I should play through this game fully? How many dungeons? Let me look at the complete guide here. It's got a list. We're currently in Kajira's Castle, I believe. I believe that's where we're at. Is that correct? Wait. Head east now and take the path all the way. Heal up and walk towards Jado, who will summon Basho Lobu. A relatively easy battle. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, we are. Okay. So, actually, I don't know. Is Kajira's Castle the fortress? Wait, I'm confused. Is this the same thing? Nisa Forest Shrine, Nisa Forest Boss Battle, Rain Tree. No, it's not. Okay. So I'm not even that far yet. So after that, there's Wind Palace, Seirin. We're currently at the beginning. Here's all the dungeons. Kajira's Castle, Wind Palace, Seirin, Cave to Soma, Noah's Ark, Flame Corridor, Pyramid. Desert Castle, Rasen Castle, Zaifang, Guaro and Burrow, Shinra and the Haunted House, Lone Tree, Bodai, Ryo-san, Dark Castle. I'm only halfway through. Ryonan, Tomb, Snow Village, Kairyu Town, Sailing the Ocean. Sailing the Ocean is a section. Of course, you gotta have a Sailing the Ocean section in 8-bit RPG. Horai Island, Dodon Village, Toro Ryahan Ruins, Buroku's Old Castle, Mountain Entrance, Banto Castle, Fort Egon, dude, Egon from Ghostbusters, Cavern, and Wicked Star. And also, this game is hard. Like, so there could be a lot of grinding in between all these places? I don't know. Definitely could be. I need a little bit more healing. You better just... I don't think it's going to be slightly wasted, but I think you better just get everybody to full for this boss battle. Let me see if they get more time before I reach them. Let me just check. Yeah, we should get them back to the 500s. And the inventory system in this game is just kind of unwieldy, unfortunately. So based on that list of places, it's got to be at least a 40-hour game. My prediction, my feeling is 40 hours. Which is not unprecedented for Famicom RPGs, like Dragon Quest 3 and 4 are both in the 40-hour range. Many RPGs are more like 20 to 30, maybe even like 10 to 15. I mean, we just played an action RPG that was 10 hours, which is really good. Good thing I healed to full before I stepped into this room. Like, it
The battle happens before you even walk up to him, just stepping into the room, so good thing I healed the full first. Alright, Wolfpack are just basic enemies that are easy. I don't know about this dude, but the guide says he's easy, so I'm not too worried. That's true, Colic, generally they are. Although this was more of like a hybrid action RPG, where there's still like a RPG map you walk around in, but and it's a segregated battle screen, but it's like an action platformer on the screen, like Zelda 2. But yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Mr. Leo? Does it seem like a game I don't know. Is Skittles here? I want to ask Skittles as well. Do you guys want to see 40 hours of this game? I could be wrong. It could be shorter, but I'm telling you, we'll get more of a sense as I play more of it. I mean, I'm willing to play more for sure, because it would just be cool to see more of the game, and I like the music, and the game's fun. But we don't have to finish it. I'm enjoying it, but do I really want to spend 40 hours on it? I don't know. Honestly, don't know. I want to know what chat thinks. I want to get you guys' opinion. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll probably at least do one more stream of this game, and then you guys can think. And then if you're getting bored of it, then we can just stop playing. I mean, I'll just leave it up to you guys. I should just leave it up to you guys, honestly. Maybe we should take a vote at the end of every stream. Should I keep playing this game? That would have been a cool system, right? I think that would have been cool if we'd done that with some earlier games. What if we did that? Wouldn't that be fun? What do you guys think about that? Because I feel like I'm kind of okay either way. I could go either way. Because I do like the game. I love that the music is great, the battle system is fun. But I don't think it's... Actually, I don't think that there's some aspects of it that I don't like so much. Like, primarily the graphics. I just find the graphics kind of unappealing. I don't like the sprites. I don't like the way that the maps look, to be honest. And the inventory management is kind of annoying in this game. Although that's like, well, I mean, that could add up to be like sort of a semi-big issue in the long run. I mean, that's not such a huge issue, but I mean, the sprites are like, they're 2 blocks big instead of the usual 1 block big, or they're like 1.5 blocks high, but they just, I don't like the style that they're drawn in. I just think they look weird. It's just odd. I don't know. I mean, I just don't find it appealing. But the music is so good. Yeah, man, it's not. Although, if the soundtrack isn't very diverse, it might not actually be that good, the soundtrack, you know? Like, it kind of depends on how diverse it is as well. The battle music I actually don't love that much. It's pretty good. The map music, I think, is phenomenal. I mean, we should just stop for a second and just listen to the map music some more. Skittles! Skittles, did you hear? I just had a question for the chat, and I want to make sure you heard it. What if... I was trying to decide whether I should play this. From looking at the guide, this game looks like it's going to be 40 hours long. My sense is, I'm guessing 40 hours. What if we decide... I feel like I could go either way. Because I'm enjoying the game, pretty much. What if we take a vote at the end of every stream about whether to continue playing the game? What do you think about that? Do you think that might be fun? I feel like that might be fun. Head on the head, brow. Because, like, I honestly could go either way with this game. I do want to play it more. I want to see a bit more of it. It's cool. But I could, you know. Isn't Rufford your original subscriber, Skittles? Isn't he your original subscriber or something? Or he was subscribed to you for, like, years? after you stop streaming. We appreciate having you around, Rufford. I'm sorry, like, I disagree with you about, like, apparently 80% of your opinions. Don't mean to.
Hi.
Hey, honey. I think I'm just about wrapping up my stream here. I just did a thing. I completed the quest. Yeah, I know, Rufford, I know. So, we just did a thing. We seem to have done a thing. Oh, I could have gone back and got that thing, the item, but let's just say, I don't know, we can be done now, I think. What, if we were to take a vote now, who would want me to continue playing this game? I mean, I want to, actually, to be honest, I'm going to do at least one more stream of it no matter what. But just out of curiosity, who would want me to keep playing? Oh, you made a poll. Okay. This is just a test poll. Because I'm going to definitely do one more stream no matter what. But just curious to see the opinions. But at the end of the second stream, if people are tired of it, I might be happy to just... I kind of feel like I only want to keep playing it if people actually really want to see more of it. If people aren't sick of it. Because, like, I don't know, this game could... Maybe 40 hours is too long for this game, you know? I don't know. Go away. That's a good one. Alright, well, I believe we saved the game. Yeah. Well, like I said, Skittles, honestly, I could go either way. I wouldn't mind. It seems fun enough. I think I would generally enjoy playing it, for, you know, even if it is for 40 hours. It does seem kind of neat. At the same time, I also wouldn't mind playing it for like 6 or 7 hours and moving on. Just because I really want to prioritize getting through Fliptendo faster. You know? But then again, playing through the whole game might be cool. You know what I mean? I do. That is true. I do feel like I mean, I love Konami, and I want to play through as many of their games as I can. All right, interesting. Okay, so I mean, yeah. So right now, people are leaning towards... People definitely want to see more of the game right now. And that's no surprise. And I do too. So, of course, the next stream will be more of this game. At the end of the next stream, we'll see if we play more. I'll probably look at the guide a little bit. Only because it will expedite getting through the game faster. And because it seems kind of obtuse. And we don't have a manual, so, you know, I think that's not, you know, I think that's probably a good idea. Well, at the same time, I also want variety, Colic, so, like, as much as I do want to get through Fliptendo faster, I mean more, like, efficiently. I don't necessarily mean, like, I don't want to sacrifice all the other fun I want to have just to finish Fliptendo. Like, I'm not obsessed with finishing it, but getting through it faster and more would be nice. Just so that someday I could realistically finish it, you know? Yeah, well, Konami's a zombie. As far as I'm concerned, Konami is just one of the many companies that doesn't exist. The Konami that exists now is not the same Konami. It's like none of the same people. And that's also true for Rare. And that might be true for Capcom as well at this point. I mean, that's true for a lot of companies. So, you know, whatever. Konami was amazing when they existed. Soccer 7 minutes. Okay, Skittles. I mean, there's really cool stuff coming up that I definitely will devote a lot of time to. Megami Tensei 2 is coming up in about... in 10 games. That will be a 60-hour RPG, and I definitely will play. I want to play through that. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 3 is, and I will definitely play that as well. That's soon around the corner as well. And Fire Emblem and Crystalis. Those are all games that are like... Crystalis is only like maybe 12 or so hours, but But that game I have to... Like, I'm really looking forward to playing through that again as well. Well, thanks, guys. It was a good stream. It was good progress. It was good Fliptendo tonight. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the talk and stuff. It's nice to have some talk once in a while. You know? We don't always have to, like, be efficient and play through the games fast. Sometimes you need to have some talk. We need to have some game, you know, game talk as we play the game. But for right now, I really got to get going. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You know, tomorrow might be another Patreon stream because I feel like I should try to get one more done before Philippines. But there will probably be at least one more Fliptendo stream before I leave. I have a convention this weekend. I'll try to stream Tuesday and Wednesday. And then when I come back from the convention, there'll be probably one more stream on next Tuesday. And that'll probably be all the streams. But I plan to stream from the Philippines, so there could be more streams after that. We'll see what happens. But I appreciate all you guys. Thanks so much. And we're just gonna go to Critter Vision tonight, so you guys can just, you know, chill out, and we can have an easy night tonight. Just take it easy. Have a good one though. Take care. Look forward to talking to you more about video games next time. Later. Wait, where's my raid? Oh, there it is. It was obscured by the pole. Wait, it's still obscured. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. Later. Bye.